how you can achieve unstoppable success. As the Buddha once wisely shared, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. But how do we find this inner peace while still achieving amazing success in our busy modern lives? In the world of timeless wisdom, we explore a simple but powerful path that can help us win at life without losing our minds. Join us as we look at the practical teachings of Zen Buddhism and discover how they can make you truly unstoppable. Principle 1. Clear your mind to perform at your best. Our first lesson looks at the amazing power of having a clear mind. This isn't about emptying your head of all thoughts, but about getting rid of the mental clutter that holds you back. Buddha explained this idea simply saying, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This powerful statement shows us how our thoughts directly affect our performance and success. When we practice clearing our mind, we become capable of acting without second-guessing ourselves or getting in our own way. It's like when you're playing a sport or doing something you love and you get in the zone. You're not overthinking, you're just doing and doing it well. Having a clear mind doesn't make you less effective. It actually makes everything you do work better. When your mind is quiet, your actions become more natural, more instinctive, and more powerful. Think about great athletes, musicians, or business leaders at their best. They're not caught up in anxious thoughts. They're completely present and flowing with the moment. This skill of having a clear mind isn't just for special occasions. It's something you can bring to everything you do, your work, your relationships, even simple daily tasks. When you do this, you'll find yourself handling challenges more easily and performing better without trying so hard. By practicing mental clarity, you unlock your full potential. You learn to act without the burden of worry and self-doubt that holds most people back. This opens the door to achievements that seem impossible to people who are stuck in their heads, overthinking everything. It's through this mental freedom that you start to understand what makes success truly unstoppable. As you practice clearing your mind, you'll notice yourself becoming more effective, more natural, and more masterful at whatever you do. When your mind becomes as clear as still water, your true abilities can finally shine through without anything getting in the way. Principle 2. Stay curious like a beginner, even when you're an expert. Imagine your journey to success as a path of ongoing discovery, like learning to play an instrument where there's always a new song to master. Along this path, you need both the knowledge you've gained and the openness to learn more. The Buddha once said something really practical. Do not believe what your teacher tells you merely out of respect for the teacher. What does this mean? It means that staying curious and open-minded, even when you become really good at something, is super important if you want to keep growing. The lesson here is about approaching each day and each challenge with fresh eyes, not being limited by thinking you already know it all. You see, sometimes being an expert can actually hold you back because you get stuck in your usual ways of doing things and stop seeing new possibilities. While it's good to become skilled and knowledgeable, it's just as important to remember that real masters are always willing to question what they think they know and stay open to new ideas. This lesson encourages you to be confident in what you can do while still being humble enough to know there's always more to learn. Just like a famous chef who still tries new recipes and techniques, don't let your past successes blind you to new approaches that might work even better. By staying curious like a beginner, you remain flexible and creative, always growing your skills instead of getting stuck in your ways. It's about finding success through constant learning, no matter how accomplished you already are. It's about keeping that sense of wonder that leads to breakthroughs and staying open to new ideas that can take you even further. Principle 3. Don't get too attached to results. Life is like a flowing river, sometimes calm and other times rough. The Buddha once shared a simple but powerful truth. The root of suffering is attachment. What does this mean when it comes to success? It means that while we set goals and work hard to reach them, getting too attached to specific outcomes actually causes us stress and can even hurt our performance. Imagine success as a series of waves, each one being a different goal or achievement. Some waves are small, like daily wins, while others are huge, like major life goals. Now, here's the important part. Not being attached to outcomes doesn't mean not caring about results or not trying your best. It means not letting your happiness and self-worth depend completely on whether things go exactly as planned. Think of it like holding your goals with an open hand instead of a tight fist. When we grip too tightly to what we expect, we create stress and worry that actually interfere with our natural abilities. Not being attached is like a good surfer who positions themselves to catch a wave, but stays flexible enough to adjust when the wave changes. This approach protects us from feeling crushed when things don't go as expected. We might feel disappointed for a while, but we don't make it worse by tying our entire self-worth to outcomes we can't completely control. Surprisingly, this mental freedom often leads to better performance and results. Not being attached doesn't mean not caring about achievement. It's about understanding that life is complex. It's recognizing that just as a river follows its own path, success has many routes that we can't always predict or control. By accepting this truth, we find peace of mind even as we work hard to excel. So in everyday terms, this means focusing on giving your best effort while letting go of the need to control exactly how everything turns out. It means understanding that setbacks sometimes lead to better opportunities, and that the journey itself is often the real reward. It means facing each challenge with a calm mind, knowing that your value as a person isn't determined just by what you achieve. By practicing this approach, we not only find more peace in our pursuits, but also discover a more sustainable and fulfilling path to success. Principle 4. Stop struggling and start flowing. A wise Zen teacher once shared a simple truth: the struggle ceases when the surrender begins. These words remind us that real mastery often looks like effortless action, where we work with the natural flow of things instead of fighting against it. The lesson here is about aligning yourself with what's happening rather than forcing things. When we line up our actions with the natural way things work, we get more done with less struggle. Imagine life as a river and success as your journey downstream. You could wear yourself out swimming against the current, or you could use the flow while skillfully steering toward where you want to go. Think of it this way. When someone becomes really good at shooting a bow and arrow, the action starts to look almost effortless, not because it takes no energy, but because every movement is efficient and works with, not against, the laws of physics. In the same way, when we learn to flow with our work and goals, our actions become more effective, not by using more force, but by being more in harmony with reality. Every person who masters something experiences this. The piano player whose fingers dance across the keys without thinking about every note. The martial artist who moves naturally in response to an opponent. The business leader who handles complex situations with ease. All of them are flowing, where actions come naturally from understanding rather than forced effort. So don't be afraid to let go of the struggle and find the natural way forward. Embrace the wisdom of working with reality rather than fighting it. Just as water naturally finds the easiest path downhill, your own path to success becomes clearer when you align with the situation instead of resisting it. Remember, flowing isn't about being lazy. It's about the best kind of action, where effort feels natural because it's perfectly aligned with what's needed. This is the path to lasting achievement and real fulfillment. When we stop struggling against what is, we discover the power of working with what is, and that makes all the difference. Principle 5. Accept that everything changes. We find an important truth in Zen practice. Accepting that everything changes makes us stronger and more adaptable. Buddha simply said, "Everything changes, nothing stays the same." This lesson helps us understand that change isn't just something we have to put up with. It's actually necessary for us to grow and improve. Imagine your journey to success as a garden. In this garden, seasons change, flowers bloom and die, and new plants grow from the remains of the old ones. Accepting change means understanding that both our victories and our failures are just temporary. They don't define us forever. This understanding frees us from getting too attached to success or too discouraged by failure. When we truly accept that everything changes, we become remarkably adaptable. Just like water can be liquid, ice, or steam, but is still water, we can adapt to changing situations while staying true to our core values. This flexibility gives us a huge advantage in a world that's constantly changing. Living with an awareness that everything changes doesn't mean giving up on your goals. Instead, it helps you pursue what you want with both determination and flexibility, knowing when to stand firm and when to adjust your approach. It's like a tree with deep roots for stability, but flexible branches that can bend in the wind. Think about the most successful people and companies throughout history. They've been the ones that could adapt to changing conditions. They didn't fight against change or get swept away by it. They adjusted while keeping their main direction. Similarly, when we accept change, we develop this same ability to navigate through life's constant shifts. So as you move through life, remember this wisdom about change. Enjoy your successes without hanging on to them too tightly. Learn from your failures without letting them define you, and stay balanced amid life's constant changes. By accepting change, you'll discover not instability, but a deeper kind of stability. One that comes from knowing how to move with change, rather than being knocked over by it. Principle 6. Find the balance between extremes. Buddha once shared a simple but powerful idea, saying, "The middle way is best." This lesson teaches us the importance of balance, which means avoiding going too far in any direction in our pursuit of success. The middle way isn't about being average or settling for less. It's about finding the best path that avoids the problems that come with doing too much or too little. When we practice balance, we discover that lasting success doesn't come from working frantically until we burn out, but from steady, consistent effort over time. We learn that extremes, whether in work, rest, or any part of life, end up hurting our effectiveness and well-being. Imagine someone learning to play guitar. Practicing too little means no improvement, but practicing obsessively leads to injury and frustration. The successful musician finds balance, the right mix of practice, rest, performance, and learning that leads to steady growth without burning out. This balance allows their talent to develop over many years instead of flaming out quickly. Balance leads to true effectiveness because it respects our natural need for both effort and recovery. It breaks down the false idea that we must choose between work and rest, ambition and contentment, creating space for lasting excellence to grow. By practicing this balanced approach, you not only achieve more in the long run, but also enjoy the journey much more. So let's remember that wisdom isn't measured by how intensely we push ourselves, but by how well we maintain balance. Through this middle way, we find not just quick wins, but lasting success and well-being that continues through all of life's changes. Choose not the extremes of pushing too hard or giving up too easily, but the balanced path that keeps you moving forward through all seasons of life. Principle 7. Focus on right now. As Buddha simply put it, the past is gone, the future is not yet here. There is only one moment for you to live, and that is the present moment. These words remind us that real power comes from being fully present, from putting all our attention on what we're doing right now, instead of spreading our energy worrying about the past or being anxious about the future. In our chase for success, we often forget that all action, all creativity, and all decisions happen only in the present moment. The past exists only in our memories, and the future only in our imagination. But right now is where we actually have the power to make changes. Being present isn't just a spiritual idea. It's a practical tool that makes us more effective at everything we do. When we are fully focused on the present, we bring all our resources, our knowledge, creativity, gut feelings, and skills to whatever we're doing. We notice details and opportunities that most people miss when their minds are wandering. we respond to what's actually happening instead of what we think might happen. This kind of attention naturally leads to better decisions, more creative solutions, and stronger connections with others. Also, being present allows us to get into the zone. Those times when we become completely absorbed in what we're doing and everything seems to flow naturally. These states are when humans perform and create at their best, but we can only reach them when we're fully here now, instead of mentally somewhere else. So as we go through life seeking success, let's remember the huge power that exists in this present moment. Instead of seeing now as just a step towards some future achievement, recognize that now is where life actually happens, where decisions are made, and where our real power exists. By bringing our full attention to each moment, we not only perform better, but also experience how rich life can be when we're fully aware. These teachings and the simple wisdom in the quotes from Buddha and Zen teachers give us a reliable guide for navigating the path to success. They offer practical guidance and deep insights into how we can achieve great things while maintaining our peace of mind. No matter what challenges we face on our journey, these principles provide both practical tools and nourishment for our spirit. We hope that this journey through these ancient teachings has shown you a more fulfilling and effective approach to achievement. As you go about your daily life, may these teachings inspire and strengthen you. Remember that the lessons we've explored aren't just nice ideas, but practical tools you can use in your own journey toward unstoppable success. By using the wisdom of these teachings, you can find both achievement and peace, purpose and contentment, effectiveness and fulfillment. Until we meet again, thank you for joining Moonmind Temple on this journey. May your days ahead be filled with clarity, skill, and the practical wisdom of the path to unstoppable success.